And good afternoon. We welcome you into the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. That's right, everybody. What's going on? How are we feeling about life? Liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty bibberty. How's things in your world? I hope doing well. Things are all right around here. We're making it. Rogers, we have a big announcement. We're retiring. Seems to be the vogue thing to do right now, so why not go ahead and we'll go ahead and retire too while we're at it. No, it is, it was a big day for retiring. Although Saban retired, Belichick did not. Belichick just left, or have we gotten actual confirmation on if he retired or if he just? He didn't retire. Did he resign or was he fired? Right? I don't know that anyone's ever actually said either way if he retired, resigned, or if he was fired. All I know is no more Bill Belichick with the Patriots. Probably showing up somewhere else, though. That would be my guess. Meanwhile, the big bombshell that dropped yesterday afternoon after our show got off the air was Nick Saban is retiring. Showed up for work today, though. He was there bright and early, 8 o'clock, just bebopping on in, just like normal. It was a big day yesterday. Pete Carroll going to another part of the organization. Nick Saban retiring. Bill Belichick leaving the Patriots. So I don't know if you had that all on your bingo card. Are they all the exact same age, Rogers?
They're close.
Yeah, I know. I think Belichick and Saban are the same age. Nick Saban is 72. Pete Carroll is 72. Bill Belichick is 71. By the way, I would not have guessed that Belichick was younger than both Saban and Pete Carroll. But, yeah. So there you go. Crimson Tide head coach Nick Saban gone, retiring. Now the speculation is who will take his spot. Obviously, the name that was bandied about yesterday was Dan Lanning at Oregon. There was even reports that Dan Lanning was in Tuscaloosa, and in reality, he was at home watching a movie at the time that he was reported to be in Tuscaloosa. He is not leaving, so now speculation turns to Dabo Swinney. Speculation turns to Kalen DeBoer at Washington, who doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't really have any ties with Alabama, but just is a terrific up-and-coming coach. Rogers, I think they ought to go get Lance Leipold. That'd be amazing. But, now the question is, what is he, where do they go? Who becomes the next Alabama head coach? Rumors are flying. Everybody's speculating. And my question is, if you're a somewhat established head coach, a Dabo Swinney, Dan Lanning, who obviously is not in it now, even a Kalen DeBoer who's only been at Washington for a short time. If you're one of these guys, do you really want to be the guy that follows Nick Saban? Right? I think that becomes the issue. What was, Rogers, who followed John Wooden? I don't even remember. It was some poor guy that had to follow John Wooden. And then, nothing happened there. And next thing you know, it's, then they finally, it was Gene Bartow who followed John Wooden. But yeah, you wouldn't remember that. Because John Wooden was the legend, right? So Bartow, Bartow went 52-9. He actually had a better winning percentage than John Wooden. Then Gary Cunningham and Larry Brown Only two guys from UCLA's history have ever been inducted into the college basketball, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, John Wooden and Larry Brown. And obviously things went kind of downhill from there. Steve Lavin jumped in there for a bit. Ben Howland had a nice little track record. Steve Alford. But yeah, the guy who followed John Wooden, Gene Bartow, lasted a couple of years. Gary Cunningham, who actually had a better winning percentage than Gene Bartow, who had a better winning percentage than John Wooden. And John Wooden's winning percentage was 81%. He was 620 and 147 in his time at UCLA. That's just insanity. 10 national championships under Wooden. It's just crazy. I'm just saying, I wouldn't necessarily want to be the guy that follows the guy. I wouldn't want to be the guy that follows Saban. Because what are your expectations, right? The expectations that have been set by Nick Saban are so high. It is literally, all right, you have to compete for a national championship every year. It's not, oh, hey, you won 10 games, that's great. It's you have to compete for a national championship every single year. It's a lot of dang pressure to put on a dude. Look, I'll take the gig for half of what Saban was making. Y'all beef up the NIL money with the rest of the money you were paying Saban. I'll do it for half. I'll hire a couple of good coordinators, let them run the show. And then y'all can fire me a couple of years in when you kind of got everything set NIL-wise, and then you bring in your coach you want to bring in. It's easy. You'll be able to use the extra money to beef up your NIL and to beef up your your transfer portal, all of that. It's a win-win. I get paid. Y'all get a little extra cash back. I'm not going to run your program in the ground. Look, I'm not going to be amazing, right? But I'll win you 8-9 games, maybe. Rogers, do you think a guy off the street could win 8 games at Alabama? No. Like if he had really good coordinators in place, right? Like you had a really solid offensive coordinator, you had a really solid defensive coordinator, really good special teams coach, but you're just a dude off the streets. And, you're maybe a fan, right? You watch a lot of college football or something like that. You don't know the first thing about putting together a practice, right? But you can be a CEO. You can go in there. You can delegate. You can, hey, guys, offense, run your offensive practice. Defense, run your defensive practice. I'm going to be the face of the program. I'll be out there doing PR all the time. Could you have an above 500 record with that in place? And assuming you didn't just lose everyone in the portal, right? That's the other thing. You'd have to have your team come back, basically. I don't know. It's an interesting question. By the way, tomorrow we are planning to have our friend Catherine Terrell. Cat Terrell will join us tomorrow. We're going to kind of put a bow on the New Orleans Saints season. What do we expect to have happen during the off season? Good, bad. What's the plan? Do we expect Pete Carmichael is going to keep his job? What is it going to look like next year? All of that stuff. We'll chat with Cat Terrell. I saw they already restructured Jameis Winston's contract. So they got that happening. But yeah, we'll discuss some of that with Cat Terrell tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. We're still trying to figure out a time to get her locked in. But Cat Terrell used to be with The Athletic, now is back with the Times-Picayune down in New Orleans. You're not going to find anyone who's any more locked into what's going on with the New Orleans Saints than Cat Terrell. So we'll do that tomorrow. So my question is this. Where do all these teams go? Who's the next coach of the Patriots? Who's the next coach of the Seahawks? Who's the next coach of the Crimson Tide? Does Nick Saban just completely retire? Or does he pop up at a program somewhere? Where's Belichick going? Right? Is Belichick going to be the next head coach of the Atlanta Falcons? A lot of interesting things afoot with how all of this is going to happen. Be very, very curious to see what goes down. A lot of openings, a lot of folks that are out there in the wind. You know, we talked about Vrabel being out there and available. So a lot of curiosity with those three coaches all announcing they're leaving their current programs. So it increases the openings. And now here's maybe even the better question. What's the best NFL job available? Is it the Chargers because you've got Justin Herbert, good weather, a pretty solid nucleus of a team around him, I think? You know, is that the best open gig in the NFL right now? Is it the Seahawks? Is it the Patriots? Right? You kind of got quarterback problems with the Patriots, but you come with a built-in heck of a defense. What's the best job open in the NFL? Falcons, Titans, Seahawks, Chargers, Patriots, and then the ones that fired their coaches during the middle of the year, Panthers and Raiders. If you had your choice, which job would you take? I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to go work for the Panthers. Got your owner throwing drinks on fans. Seems like a really kind of a hothead. He doesn't seem like a great guy to work for. So I don't know if I'd want to go be a part of that. But obviously the Raiders, you know, all of these owners have big pocketbooks. That's a given. But the Raiders have the new venue. Chargers have the new venue. It's not quite as new, but it's still beautiful. SoFi, but you're also the kind of second fiddle in your own town. You know, Raiders have Vegas. That's a great place to go and hang out. So a lot of interesting intrigue going on in the NFL. And I'm curious to hear from folks out there. What would you say is the best gig available in the NFL right now? Titans, stadium's a little outdated, but they're talking about building a new one. Pretty good fan base. You know, Nashville's a good city. Atlanta, obviously great city, great fan base, great stadium. Roster's a little iffy. Don't really have a quarterback. We just mentioned the Titans, the Raiders, quarterback situation. Great venue, great city. Chargers, you're second fiddle in your own town. Seahawks, amazing fan base. Stadium is fine. Roster's pretty good, just depending on if you like Geno Smith or not. And now the Patriots. Quarterback is horribly iffy. The offense has been kind of an afterthought the last few years. Rabid fan base. Stadium's great. Ownership's good. I don't know. I think the one job I wouldn't take out of all of those is the Panthers. I would not want to go work for that guy. Sounds like a terrible owner to be working for. So the Panthers gig's the one I wouldn't want. The rest of them, I think I would slide in. Buck Naked on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line said Pete Carroll's going to run a concession stand and sell gum at Seahawks games. Yeah, do we ever find out what flavor gum Pete Carroll likes? Because we know Sean Payton's a juicy fruit guy. which I always loved the fact that juicy fruit was just yellow. Like the only fruit that's yellow that I can think of is a banana, and juicy fruit doesn't taste anything like a banana, and I'm not sure it tastes anything like any fruit. Let's see if anybody is. ESPN once reported that Carroll's Bubble Yum. He likes the original flavor of Bubble Yum, and that director of equipment Eric Kennedy and his son keep his gum supply good and stocked up and ready to go. So there you go, Bubble Yum, classic flavor. That's pretty good, and he chews the heck out of that gum too. And it's one of those open mouth smacks, you know. That you can just hear him just grinding that gum down. I also wonder how many pieces he goes through in the course of a game, because Bubble Yum, as I recall, doesn't keep its flavor very well. So it feels like, oh, there you go. Okay, so we have the answer. He's a Bubble Yum kind of guy. It's even been reported by Seahawks.com that the head coach goes through about 15 pieces each game day. That's crazy. Apparently, Adam Schefter once asked him, when did he start chewing gum? He said, quote, "People ask me all the time about it. It's one of the silliest questions. I don't know why anybody would ever care. I have no idea why you're even doing this piece." That's pretty funny. Apparently, he said when he tries to throw his gum away, it doesn't always end up in the trash. Some Seahawks fan got a piece of game-used Pete Carroll gum and put it in a special resin container to keep it. All right. That might be going a little too far. I don't think we need to be holding on to Pete Carroll's chewed bubble gum. Yeah, but apparently a regular Bubble Yum guy. So there you go. 15 pieces a game. Cocky says, why don't you interview Mike Shula? What is Mike Shula even doing these days? I'm actually kind of curious, to be honest with you. What is Mike Shula doing these days? He is the senior offensive assistant for the Buffalo Bills. That's what he's doing right now. So whatever a senior offensive assistant is, he was the quarterback's coach for the Broncos. He was the OC and quarterback's coach for the Giants, the OC for the Panthers, QB coach for the Panthers, QB coach for the Jaguars, all of that after being the Alabama head coach for 3 years. It's hard to remember that that Shula actually had a 10-win season while he was at Alabama and won the Cotton Bowl. And then Shula's last season, he went 6-6 and was fired. And Joe Kynes coached in the Independence Bowl. And that, of course, was the "gotta stop that inside trap." That was the very famous Joe Kynes halftime interview. Yeah, I didn't remember, man. 10-2. Also, apparently, 16 of Shula's wins were vacated. The NCAA ruled that Alabama must vacate 21 wins, 16 of those during Shula's tenure, due to sanctions stemming from textbook-related infractions. So instead of 10-2 and 6-2 in the league and going to the Cotton Bowl, Alabama's 05 team actually went 0-2 and 0-2 in league play. So Shula's actual record at Alabama was 26-23, but because of the 16 vacated wins, his actual record, or his stated record, was 10-23. He was 13-19 in the league, but officially 5-19 thanks to the state sanctions. So there you go. Cocky said, ask him about winning at Alabama. We only won there once in 4 years, so I don't know if also, how the hell would I even get a hold of Mike Shula, for goodness sakes? I'd have a better chance of getting a hold of Joe Kynes at this point. Big Papa said, do we know what kind of grass Les Miles prefers? No, I don't think we do. We know Brian Kelly likes Cheez-Its, though. We saw that at the Cheez-It Bowl a couple of years ago when he just picked a couple up off the ground and ate them. Look, I get it, right? We went to Walmart today to do some shopping, do a little prep before the big ice, snow, cold weather comes in on Monday, and actually went and grabbed some of the goldfish, the extra flavor blast cheddar goldfish. So I get it. I like cheese. I like anything that's any kind of a chip wafer kind of thing that also has some of that sweet cheddar flavor. All of that is good. Let's see. Buster said, talking about talking about Pete Carroll. Talking about Nick Saban, and one of Nick Saban's quotes, how you do anything is how you do everything. So there you go. You also asked about Pete Carroll. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. What's the best job available in the NFL right now? I'd be curious. If someone came to you and said, hey, you're an up-and-coming terrific football coach. We want to hire you as our new NFL coach. You have your pick of the litter. What team are you taking? It feels easy to just say L.A., to just say the Chargers, because you've got Justin Herbert and SoFi Stadium and weather and all that, but you're also playing second fiddle in your own town. And in a town that doesn't really support you as well as, as well as a lot of the other players, Nashville, Atlanta, Seattle, certainly. A lot of places that support their franchises a lot more than Los Angeles does. So I don't know. I think the roster's pretty good. I don't know that everything outside of the roster is any good. So that's what I would worry about. Big Papa texts in on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, says, happy birthday to Little Papa. Well, happy birthday, Little Papa. Part of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame winning bowling team. Old Little Papa was there for us. Put together a terrific outing. Of course, we all know the anchor of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame champion bowling team was none other than Rogers Hampton. Because we go in thinking, well, Hambone might bowl a 10. We don't know. He hasn't bowled since the 80s. It could be 10 straight gutter balls. He could knock down 2 pins a frame. We don't know. We're thinking if we can get 40 or 50 out of Hambone, we're all right. And Hambone went triple digits on us. The old Hambone showed back up, the old athlete. Now, he paid for it for a while. That back and that hip and the hand, the arm, the shoulder. He had to recover for a while. But, he was the linchpin, right? If you talk about people overperforming, it's like when you go play golf. You're at a team and you got a handicap or whatever. You need someone to outperform their handicap to really to have a big day. So if your handicap is a 10 and you're getting one stroke on the 10 hardest holes, but you just have a great round, well, boom, here you go. You're leading your team to victory. So, we look at Rogers and go, well, that dude's going to bowl a 50, and he bowled 100 and something. What did you end up bowling? Do you remember? It was 10 something, I think. Yeah. All Rogers remembers was the pain afterwards. And I feel him, dude. That hip, that right hip, Just, ooh, I was right, left hip, right on both of them. The shoulder, the arm, the hands, your fingers always hurt. My fingers hurt. Oh, yeah? Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just do landscaping duty. Look at the name tag, Grandma. You're in my world now. Yeah, but old Hambone stepped up to the plate when we needed him. Hambone stepped up. Next thing you know, boom, here comes the bone. Dropping a triple digits on y'all. Y'all didn't know. Y'all weren't ready for that action. Y'all weren't ready when that old Hambone competitive spirit, competitive gene popped up. Yeah, y'all weren't ready. Y'all didn't know. I made him take a picture. Was that Rudy Macklin that I had you take a picture with? It was this guy. I don't remember what that guy is. Well, it was that guy. I think it was Rudy Macklin. Yeah, I think it was Rudy. Rudy. Yes, but Hambone led us to victory. I want to go find out what you shot, Rogers. I'm going to go look it up real quick. Like, by the way, that was 2021. Now almost 3 full years. That's just crazy nuts, my friend. Crazy nuts. The old bone. Doing it right. Let's see, Rogers. I'm scrolling. And here is the bowling eventually somewhere, I think. There we are. I thought I took a picture of the winning score, but I didn't, Rogers. Dang. But I got a picture of our winning team. So kudos to those boys for helping lead us to victory, and, of course, the old Hambone for making it happen, Cap'n. That's right. We were champions of the world. That's how we roll. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hope everyone is having themselves a wonderful day. We're having a good day. We are not retiring or resigning as far as I know. Think we're all Rogers, you're not retiring today, are you? You gonna stick with us? Doesn't know yet? Hey, I hadn't even made one camo joke yet, Rogers. I'm just come on. I've been good today. I haven't said anything. I've been real solid. So it is the Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers, Hampton, and Patrick Netherton, that's us. You want to find us? A couple of ways you can do that. You can call us at 318-657-0HAM. That's 318-657-0426.
Hello.
Hey, Coach O. Can also find us, if you like, on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM. 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing.
That's right, Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. We're there. You also can find us, if you want, on YouTube, the YouTube channel. That's right. That's the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. We are available for you with the new high arcing cam. It's not new. I mean, we've been here for how long now? I don't remember when did we move in here? I don't even remember anymore. November? earlier than that? I have to go back through my videos and find out when we made the switch to the new studio. But yeah, we've been here for a bit now, a few months. Happy to have you with us. Hope all is good. And again, if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do that. To subscribe to the channel, all you have to do is go to youtube.com/@Netherton Show. youtube.com/@Netherton Show. And you will be a part. That's all you have to do. It's easy as can be. You can also find us, if you like, on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it. @Netherton Show is the main Twitter feed. That guy over there is @HeyBoyRogers, and I would be @PT Netherton, @PT Netherton. So find us there. We are available. All right, so Rogers, I'm looking back at my posts, and I see I posted about us winning, but I haven't found anything about what you scored. I'm mad. I thought I would have taken a picture of the scoreboard, but I guess not. Oh well. Sorry, Rogers. I should have documented it more thoroughly than I did. My apologies, my friend. I know you had over 100. I know that. I just don't know. I wanted the actual score. Transportation Chris says, with all these head coaching openings, both pro and college, the real question is, where's Lane Kiffin going? Doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Looks like he's kind of locked into Ole Miss. I would think he would be a candidate at Alabama, but I'm not sure the Alabama brass would consider him a candidate at Alabama. I think he might be a little too much of a wild card for them. You know, I don't know. We shall see. All right. So Twitter, X, YouTube channel, phone number, Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. We're also available on the app. 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play, your iTunes app store, and you can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. And now the man, the myth, the legend.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy!
Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
What is up, my brother?
I don't know.
Another day, another
Yeah,
guy.
just trying to plan for the future.
Well, don't retire on us just yet, Rogers. By the way, I almost sent this to you. I saw I think I was watching Channel 3 News. I know you normally watch Channel 3 News when you're in here as well. And I saw they had a thing for AutoZone was having like a job fair kind of thing. It's like, hey, and it was at the AutoZone right over here on Pines Road. And I almost texted you and be like, hey, Rogers, if you just want to slip over there, it's like half a mile down the road. You want to look at, maybe want to see about selling some white walls or, a car battery. At least get your truck fixed, I think, and find the right stuff to plug up that leak. I got a guy on the other line about a set of white walls. So are you prepared for the incoming ice, cold, blizzard?
I'm getting there.
You're moving in the right direction?
Moving in the right
You
direction.
said the
absolutely.
firewood was really hard to find?
Yeah.
Really?
I guess unless you know somebody that sells it and you got to buy,
Right.
$250
Right.
full cord or
Right.
half cord. I was like, no, I just need to have a handful of bundles just for the fireplace, especially if we lose electricity.
Right. Were you able to find them
I found a couple of boxes here and there, but it's my gas station I stop at over the weekend. It was completely full. 2 days later, it was empty.
Well,
And even the lady inside working, she goes, all of that's gone out there?
wow.
I said, yeah, it was full all the way. So I found a couple of boxes to at least get me through in case the electricity goes out.
All right. If anybody's got a line on some firewood, let us know. Hambone's looking. He's paying. He's not looking for free
I've kind
firewood.
of got everything I need right now.
Okay. All right.
I did the grocery store trip, so at least I know I can have sandwiches if we can't eat anything up.
Rogers, I went to the grocery store. I was going to make some vegetable beef soup, which I make, which is really delicious. And I went to the store. There's no stew meat. There was none. Literally zero stew meat out at Walmart. So I got to make a Sam's run anyway, so I may get a really big thing of stew meat. So it was because I guess other people are going to make some soups and stews and that kind of stuff as well. And I'm going to do that probably tomorrow or Saturday. I may do it Sunday just because I know that Monday is going to be kind of the worst one. Have it for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All right, we're off to a break. My microphone just went off. See, we were talking yesterday. Rogers can always just turn my mic off if he wants to. Thing is, I can turn it back on over here, but if he just slides that fader down, I'm done. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We'll be back.
Kanoli's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep, I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family during the holidays.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC. Medicaid members, keep your coverage. Update your address, email address, and cell phone number to receive information regarding your benefits. Act now. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, read it and respond as soon as possible. For more information or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember to update all required information before Medicaid deadlines so you don't lose your coverage.
Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge. Now let's see what your dog has to say.
As a dog, I think Progressive's auto pet policy is... Oh, what is that? That's just my tail. Weird. Anyway, Progressive protects... There it is again. See? This is why I need protection. I'm so distracted. Nope, that is still my tail.
Progressive Auto Insurance covers pets for up to $1,000 in a car accident at no extra charge. And we think your dog would say that's great too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Red shoes, Rogers? I mean, you're an old school New Balance guy, so oh, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. This one's starting to loosen over here as well. Yeah. This one, it looks like this one might be too. So Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Love your idea. Love your thoughts on where would you go if you had your choice of NFL gigs. What do you think's the best one? Right? Where do you go if you're I don't know, who would be the most wanted coach in the NFL? I have no idea. But if you had the ability and they wanted you, every coach in every GM, every owner in the NFL wanted you, where would you go? And I don't know that we know the answer to that question at this point. So I think it's a really fascinating question. If you want to reach us, you can do it a couple of ways. You can call us at 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. If you would like to reach us via the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, you can do that as well. That is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. We're also available on the YouTube channel. Again, we ask that you go subscribe to the YouTube channel, trying to get to 500 subscribers. It's free, costs nothing to you. All you have to do is just go log in on YouTube and then click the subscribe button on our show page. And again, that is that's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That'll take you directly to the page, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Feel free to give us a little love. We would greatly appreciate it. Be very kind of you. That is what we're hoping to have happen anyway, is to get to that 500 subscriber mark, and that'll put us in a good spot, put us in a good place. So please go do that. Rogers, let me ask you a question since you just got back in the room. What NFL job would you want? Like, what do you think's the best NFL job that's open? We got Belichick with quarterback questions, Patriots with quarterback questions, Titans with a strong running game, but aging. That's an aging roster. Falcons with quarterback questions. Chargers have Herbert and a good crew, but they're the second fiddle in their own town. Vegas is obviously a great location, terrific venue. Fans aren't necessarily amazing. Roster's okay, not great. Seattle has an amazing fan base, great venue. But, again, how much do you like Geno Smith? So if I gave you your choice, Rogers, and you could pick a franchise you're going to go coach, who would you pick?
Chargers.
Yeah, I feel like they're the most ready to win. But I don't know if I like all the stuff around the Chargers. They got the best uniforms, best color combination, other than the old Oilers, and we know no one's wearing those. At least they shouldn't. By the way, did you see the story, Rogers, that the owner, the crazy woman, that's the owner of the Titans, apparently she decided to fire Vrabel after they lost to the Texans with their backup quarterback while wearing the Oilers unis, and Vrabel out there in the Bum Phillips hat with the vest. Doesn't hurt your feelings, does it, Rogers? No, not so much. Yeah, it was bad juju, boy. You don't want to do that. Bad juju. But the thing that bothers me about the Chargers is everything else, right? The ownership seems fine. The stadium's obviously beautiful, but it's a shared stadium. It's not your home venue. It is really the Rams' home venue. The roster is good to go. You've got a potential franchise quarterback there. The weather's gorgeous. Great location, all that. Fan base is not tremendous, and you're second fiddle in your own town, in a town that already is not a huge supporter of the NFL. Even the Rams, right? The Rams don't have massive support. When the Raiders used to play there, the Raiders would come take over. Like, we took football away from some of the traditional fan bases and moved them to bigger towns that don't care. All right, if you're in LA, where the weather is beautiful basically the whole year, you can go outside any day you want. It rains occasionally, but basically you can be outside all you want. You can, there's all sorts of things to do, places to eat, people to see, places to go, just everything you want around LA. And you now say, hey, go drive over here to SoFi Stadium and sit there for 3.5 hours, 4 hours, if you get there a little early, and just, watch this mediocre franchise. Now, the Rams have been good in the past. They're not bad this year. Or if you're a Chargers fan, do the same thing. And all I can think of is you put them in a town where people would much rather just do something else than go and watch a football game. And then you not only put a team there, you put two teams there. Whereas St. Louis is sitting out here, begging. Their fan base is just they were selling out Battlehawks games, and no one even knows who the hell the Battlehawks are. The Oakland, rabid fan base. They may not sell the place out game in and game out, but they have a rabid fan base. They also haven't really had a good team there in a while. And yet you're taking these franchises away from these towns where people grew up with them, have love for them, and you're just putting them in LA where people don't really care. I've never understood that philosophy. I get it. You want to be in the biggest media market. I understand that. But it's a big media market that doesn't give a crap about the NFL. Yeah, there's 5 million people, 7 million people, 10 million people. I have no idea how many people are in the greater LA metro area. But they struggle to get 60,000 of them together at one time to go watch a football team. Whereas Green Bay is 1/100th the size of Los Angeles, and they sell that thing out every game, and there's a waiting list for season tickets. Let me see what the population of Green Bay is. 107,000. All right. 107,000 people in Green Bay. Now, Milwaukee's in the general vicinity. But Green Bay itself, 107,000 people. All right. Population of Los Angeles, 9.8 million. Green Bay Metro, 320,000. Okay? So you take the Green Bay Metro, 320,000. You take LA Metro, 9.8 million. And you have more sellouts and a better fan base and a more rabid group of people in the Green Bay metropolitan area of 320,000 people than you do in a city and metro area of 10 million. And yet you put two teams that both don't get supported in the town of 10 million, and you got one team that gets amazing support in the town of 320,000. It just, I'd like it to make sense, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I understand zoning and the city not wanting to, I mean, I get the ownership groups are greedy, right? They want they want their tax breaks, and they want their the population, they want the citizens paying for half of the stadium, 3/4 of the stadium, whatever. I understand all that. But at some point, there's got to be a recognition of a fan base. And I think St. Louis is the perfect example, right? Stan Kroenke has St. Louis, rabid fan base, stadium's decaying. They need a new venue. The people don't want to pay for it. Kroenke's a billionaire. You pay for your own stadium. He says, no, I'm leaving, and he takes the team to Los Angeles because LA will help him pay for a new stadium. So he just screws over the people of St. Louis who are actual rabid football fans and who actually care about the team, simply because they're not in a position to pay half or 3/4 or whatever of a new football venue. It's awful is what it is. So that deep dive aside, Chargers have the best roster. I worry about all of the things that are around that. Second fiddle in your own town. You don't sell out the venue anyway. That kind of stuff. Let's see. Let me see if there's anybody that I'm sure somebody's put a list out there of there you go, USA Today. NFL coaching jobs ranked best to worst. Yep, they've got Chargers number 1. Justin Herbert, obviously a big issue. That makes a lot of sense. Roster, salary cap, they're over the cap. That's an issue. Got a couple of good selections in the draft. I forgot the Commanders are open. They're listed as the number 2 available. I completely forgot about Ron Rivera being gone. Sam Howell, decent roster. They've got $80 million in salary cap spending. They can pay. They can buy. And, of course, they got a new ownership group, and with Dan Snyder being gone. So could see the Commanders being a good deal. Falcons, Ritter, Heineke, Mariota. They're about $35 million below the cap. Seahawks have Geno Smith. They are about $1 million under the cap, so not going to have a lot of wiggle room there. They're going to have to let some guys go. Panthers, obviously Bryce Young, an issue. Can they kind of get that figured out with a new coordinator, a new coach? They've got about $37 million in cap space, and they had the top pick in the draft that they have to give to the Chicago Bears. Raiders are listed number 6. Roster was decent. Salary cap, lot of money to spend for the Raiders. Titans, who, by the way, the picture they use for the Titans is them in their Oilers gear. Who knows what the quarterback situation will be? Will Levis is there. Malik Willis. Tannehill's becoming a free agent. They also have $70 million available to spend. So that certainly makes them pretty interesting. All right, we'll take a break. It's a Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, and on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. We'll be back.
Yeah, we're replacing the carpets too, so don't worry about that.
No fresh powder yet, but Dan's Ski Lodge has an avalanche of projects.
Those 4 rooms are getting hot tubs.
He needs a staff engineer to navigate a flurry of new requests.
And all of those will be fully ADA accessible.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't miss out on limited-time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-294-8831 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-294-8831. That's 800-294-8831. What do you have to lose? Call 800-294-8831. Again, 800-294-8831.
Hey, just stop by to say hello, and my gosh, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker. You know, for a long time, we had decent business coming in by word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that with my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses just like yours.
Okay, then what?
Well, if you see there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
Only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days. All in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
800-950-3143. 800-950-3143. 800-950-3143. That's 800-950-3143. Paid for by Want to Sell.
I got you. Beads, doubloons, and music. Down here, it's all part of Carnival season. Come get a taste of Mardi Gras and celebrate this season by playing $1 King Cake Crew from the lottery. Win up to $2,000.
$2,000? Let the good times roll!
That's right. Or join the parade with your crew and play $2 My Mardi Crew with the top prize of a whopping $14,000. Dance to the beat of the drums and kick off your Mardi Gras season with King Cake Crew and My Mardi Crew from the lottery. Win up to $14,000. There's no season like Mardi Gras and nothing like the Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery. Pick up yours today at any lottery retailer. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text PRIDE to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text PRIDE to 321321. That's PRIDE to 321321.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60+ years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, available in the palm of your hand when you download the 1130 The Tiger mobile app. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Apparently we were off the air for a moment. He's texting me. Yeah. I don't know. Tell me where you were listening, Mr. Big. Said off the air FYI, and then came back and said, now you're back. Who knows? Gremlins are out there, man. And, of course, Rogers. Trey. Raj! Asterisk, ampersand, percentage sign, dollar sign, asterisk. Let's get to the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. That October said actually Stan Kroenke had to pay all the costs for SoFi Stadium. No city, state, or federal monies involved. Yeah, the only kind of mitigating factor of that is he borrowed a lot of the money from the NFL, from other ownership, and borrowing against the value of his own franchise. Now, he has the wherewithal to just have paid for it out of pocket. Stan Kroenke's worth like $9 billion. So it's not like he doesn't have the wherewithal to do it. And that is what partially pissed off the St. Louis fans, is he had the ability to build a stadium the whole time, and he chose to take his franchise to Los Angeles to do it. Right? It was, hey, you could have built us a gleaming new ballpark here in St. Louis all by yourself, and that place would have sold out the whole time. And instead, he hightailed it on out to Los Angeles and built it for $5 billion out in L.A. But yeah, he did borrow money against the franchise, and he did borrow money, basically loans from the other ownership. Also, the SoFi naming rights were worth over $500 million, so we got to recoup that. And the Chargers also threw in money as part of the initial expenses as well. Not a ton, but they threw in some. The rent, by the way, for the Chargers is $1 a year to play at SoFi. Double J, we were talking about Rodgers getting it done on the bowling alley for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame bowling championship that we won. And Double J said Rodgers has that Al Bundy hero streak in him. Yeah, look, he's a natural athlete, man. When it comes time to get that done, boom, here comes the old ham bone competitive gene. He's going to find a way to make it happen, and he did. We thought he'd bowl a 40 or 50, he bowled 100 and something. Double J said allegedly Mike Shula's favorite item on the menu of his dad's Miami Steakhouse was the fall off the bone ribs. That makes sense for Mike Shula, certainly. Keith said, for all the naysayers about Miami and the freezing cold, we play the Patriots, Bills, and Jets every year. We have better running backs and wide receivers. So since I'll be there live, I'm bundling up with a heated jacket and snowboard garb. Wish me luck, and I'll be back with a report Monday. Go Fins. Let a naysayer know, Keith. Let those naysayers know. Look, I would love nothing more than if Miami went in and beat the Chiefs. I think that'd be a great story. I'm just saying, Kansas City folks live in the cold in the winter, right? Kansas City players live in the cold in the winter. Every time they go outside, it's freezing. So they would be, every time you go outside in Miami, it's 65, 70, 80, whatever. So my only point of contention to you, Keith, is that folks that live in cold climates tend to better adapt to cold climates than folks who live in warm climates and just have to go to a cold climate for a few days. So again, unless they're practicing in an indoor facility where they've got the air conditioning cranked down to as low as it'll go, it feels like Miami is going to be ill prepared for it. Doesn't mean they can't win. Doesn't mean they won't go in there and win. It just feels like it's an absolute advantage to Kansas City to have it be bone-chilling cold, potentially one of the coldest games in the history of the NFL. That is a huge advantage for the Chiefs because their players live in those conditions for months at a time, while the Miami players get to see it and be a part of it for 2-3 weeks at a time. Let's see. Double J, okay. Keith, all right. High Rail. California would take half your money in taxes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, here's my thing with taking half your money in taxes. And Ed October mentioned I would go to Nashville and coach the Tennessee Titans because there's no state income tax. And the AFC South is a wide open division without a dominant team like the Chiefs have been in the AFC West. Only negative is dealing with Bud Adams' family, having lived in Houston when he moved the Oilers, not loyal people. Yeah, now you've got to deal with Amy Adams Strunk. And, of course, Rodgers, as we all know, you're a mean one, Mrs. Strunk, like we know. But ownership to me is a big deal, right? That's why I wouldn't want to go coach the Panthers. Their owner seems like a complete lunatic. It's why I would be hesitant to go coach the Cowboys. Yeah, Jerry's going to do everything in his power to win, but it feels like if you don't win as much or as free. I mean, there's talk that Mike McCarthy might get fired this year if they don't make a Super Bowl run. Right? Could you imagine winning a game in the playoffs, then losing a tough one in week 2, and your coach comes in after you won the division? He's like, sorry, not good enough. You're gone. But wouldn't surprise me if it happened. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if the Cowboys underachieve in the playoffs this year. It would not surprise me one bit if Jerry Jones tosses Mike McCarthy and hires Dan Quinn as his head coach. Would not shock me one scintilla. But you're the second person to California to take half your money. Okay, great. You want to take half my money? Cool. I'm making $30 million. Now I'm just worth $15 million. I'll survive. Right? It's when they take half your money and you're making $30,000 that's the issue. And California doesn't do that. It's it's a progressive tax rate. They take money from people who can afford it more. If you want to take half of my $50 million, whatever, I still got $25 million. I'm still not in the poorhouse. You tax more of my $50,000, and we got problems. Mr. Biggs said, Teague, Parkway, Bossier, get down Boogie City. No, I didn't mean where were you listening. I mean how were you listening? 103.3 FM, 11:30 a.m. The app. What were you listening on? What station, or the app? How were you listening to the show? Because I would like to know what went off. So if we need to double check that, we can. War Eagle said this is going to be a wonderful week. He said, "Oh, isn't it a great afternoon, Patrick?" Yeah, I can't imagine a guy named War Eagle. By the way, did you see, Rogers, they rolled Toomer's Corner last night? Mercy. Mr. Big said AM side. Okay. Well, we never got normally we have a little light in here that if we go off the air, it flashes red at us. And it never flashed red. So I don't know. War Eagle, isn't it a great afternoon, Patrick? This is going to be a wonderful week. Saban is gone, and Auburn is going to lay the smackdown on LSU basketball Saturday. If I could somehow capture Bigfoot to prove its existence, it would make it a monumental week. I mean, hey, maybe Bigfoot's an Alabama fan's going to come out of hiding to cry a little bit. I think my favorite part of all of this is all of the offerings that are being laid at the Saban statue in their little square. I don't know what they call the thing. It's a little, basically a little rotunda of statues. Bear Bryant's there, Gene Stallings is there, Nick Saban is there. I think they're the only 3. I don't recall there being another one, but I visited there when I was in Tuscaloosa. I was like, well, I got to go see it. So I went and took a picture with the Saban statue. And as you would imagine, it's much bigger. Like the Saban statue, the Stallings statue, and the Bear Bryant statue are all roughly the same height, which is hilarious. Because Saban is not at all the same height as... Now, I don't know that Saban was like, you better make them all the same height, or if the people who were producing the statues were just like, yeah, we probably need to make them all the same height. I don't know. Hey, look, speaking of LSU basketball, why you weren't looking off to a 2-0 start in the league? Right? I mean, 10-5 overall. Looks like Matt McMahon maybe, getting things at least somewhat figured out, hit the portal hard. So I don't know if they're going to go, they're going to be champions or anything like that. But hey, it's a far cry. They've already won as many SEC games this year as they did last year. And Rogers beat our friend to start the SEC season, Buzz Williams. And by the way, what a disappointment those guys have been. Texas A&M. It's a struggle for them. Beat A&M by 15, turned around and beat Vanderbilt by 8. They're at number 16 Auburn on Saturday. 5 o'clock, and then they've got a Wednesday, Saturday, Ole Miss A&M doubleheader. Both down at the PMAC, so if you want to go catch a little LSU basketball. But, yeah, look at LSU go, man. I'm happy for them. Obviously went through a rough stretch last year, but seemed to kind of have it going again this year, or kind of figuring out a little bit. The transfers have been good. They got the kid from Jalen Wright, who was in the two-time Jalen Cook, the two-time transfer. He got eligible. So, yeah, he's averaging almost 17 a game. He's already hit 10 threes in 5 games. He makes a difference. Jordan Wright averaging 15. Will Baker averaging just under 12. So, yeah, kudos to Matt McMahon and crew. They seem to have kind of gotten things righted. And, again, it doesn't hurt when one of your best players who had been sitting the bench is eligible, right? And we talked about this. It was a temporary restraining order that was put in place by the courts that allows for 2-time Division I transfers to be eligible immediately. And that makes Jalen Cook eligible immediately, so he's now played in 5 games. And that makes a huge difference. Cook was a guy that was at LSU. Wasn't amazing when he was at LSU. Averaged 3 points a game in 20 games at LSU. Transferred to Tulane and went off. He was first-team All-American. Not All-American like for the country. He was All-American Athletic Conference, All-AAC. Averaged 18 a game his sophomore year at Tulane. Averaged almost 20 a game, nearly 5 assists a game as a junior. Kind of found his game. And then transferred back to LSU. He's a kid from Walker, so you get it. And now that he's at LSU, he's getting it done. So, hey, good for them, man. Good for Matt McMahon. Speaking of, we need to get him on the show. We've not actually talked to Matt McMahon at any point. We need to make that happen. Also, still need to get Brian Kelly on the show. We've been promised him a couple of times, just hadn't happened. Got to get on that. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. We'll be back.
Looks like business is booming. What are all those tabs you have open on your computer?
Oh, hey. Well, this one is for my SEO company. This one is for my website company. This one is for my CRM. This is for invoicing and estimates. This one does email. And this one does billing.
Geez, that sounds tricky to manage.
It's clunky, but I need all this to run my business. Wait, you run your own business, and you're even busier than I am. Don't you have all this stuff, too?
I do, but I get it all on one screen with the Town Square Business Management Platform.
What's that?
The Town Square Business Management Platform's an all-in-one tool that helps me grow and run my business. It combines website, billing, and scheduling into one program.
That sounds simpler than juggling all the tools I have now, but you still need someone else to help you find new business, right?
Nope. They have powerful digital advertising built into the platform as well, which helps me keep my calendar full. You can get a demo of the product for free. Check out their website. See if it makes sense for your business.
Go to townsquarelocal.com for a free demo of the Town Square Business Management Platform. Visit townsquarelocal.com. That's townsquarelocal.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Progressive asks, what do an escaped leopard,
We're live from the zoo where a leopard has escaped.
a growling stomach, an uneaten tuna sandwich, and a backdoor doggy door have in common? They can lead to an unexpected kitchen renovation.
Yeah, hi. Is this the zoo? Your leopard is in my kitchen.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
We are the soldiers of the Louisiana Army National Guard. We are your neighbors. We are your sons and daughters. While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certifications. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
It's time for the main course with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick, that's us. How's everybody doing? Let's get to some texts on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. 318 said 11:30, the South's blowtorch. Yeah, we got some range on this thing. Cooking at 50,000 watts, that is... Rogers, I would imagine cooking something at 50,000 watts would probably be a bad plan. I feel like you would just torch it immediately. But, yeah, the radio signal is strong. Of course, we're worldwide on YouTube or the app if you want to download that. Got a lot of ways that you can tune into this here radio program. Mr. Biggs said it's probably my crap truck radio. He had mentioned we were off the air earlier. Could be. Might hit a little dead zone. I don't know. Things happen. Ed in San Marcos said, I'm a Dolphins fan dating back to their Super Bowl year in the 1970s. The Dolphins have only themselves to blame. If they'd beaten the Bills, they would have been back in Miami playing the Bills. Too many injuries and no notable tight ends on the teams. They will be lucky to win in the playoffs. Yeah, but I don't know that Mike McDaniel. I don't know that his offense really requires a tight end. It feels like it's a little more open and kind of, it feels like he can get by without a tight end. His offense is very progressive, very cool. I do a lot of fun window dressing, but when you kind of meet a team that can just punch you in the mouth a little bit, that can happen. Double J said, Coach Saban threatened my job as a student media worker at LSU for calling him Nick. See ya, Nicky boy. Yeah, we have a story here, a Nick Saban story here from back in the day when he was at LSU, but we're not going to share it. I don't think it's appropriate. Let's just say that we had a little run-in with Nick Saban, and we didn't had a run-in with one of Nick Saban's people after an interview with him, but he was nice enough to do the show, so I can't complain too much. And that was a long time ago, and water under the bridge, man. A lot of water has gone into that bridge since then. That was, gosh, Rogers, that's about 20 years ago, right? Something like that. So, yeah, Hambone was involved in that as well. Well, Hambone wasn't the one getting fussed at. Hambone was innocent. But yeah, it was quite something. Maybe one day we'll tell that story, but today's not the day. So Saban retires. Now the question is, who becomes the next head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide? The talk was yesterday Dan Lanning was the guy from Oregon. He had been a coach at Alabama under Saban previous and at Georgia under Kirby. But now he's staying. And it looks like Joel Klatt is saying that he'd be pretty surprised if Kalen DeBoer isn't the next head coach at Alabama. So the Washington coach potentially taking the gig at Alabama. So who knows, man? All I know is Nick Saban showed up to work today. He's hanging out. Said Reese Davis asked him about it. He said there's never a good time, but I thought maybe this was the right time. They asked if there was any health concerns. Said no illness. Miss Terry's fine. I'm fine. It was just, can you sustain the season from a mental grind standpoint? And it's also interesting that Saban is, A, still working, right? He's still trying to kind of keep the roster intact for whoever the next guy is. But B, it's interesting to see the old school guys having to deal with the new reality of college football, NIL, transfer portal. These are different times for these folks. So it's not surprising that you would see some of this go down the way that it has gone down, where certain people are, certain teams, certain guys are willing to continue to go at it. But by and large, it feels like the older coaches who are not embracing the portal, who are not embracing the NIL, are the ones that are going to end up being the casualties of what college football has become. Also interesting to note, I think, that a lot of people that were inside the building said that this season was perhaps the most or best coaching job that Nick Saban's ever done. Like, that's amazing, right? The fact that this is a guy who just kept winning and kept winning and kept winning, and there was never an issue with it. I mean, in this day and age of portal and NIL and all of that, I don't know that we'll ever see the like of Nick Saban again. A guy that can win 11-1 in SEC championship games, 6 titles with Alabama, 1 with LSU. Every Alabama player who was there for 4 years at Alabama, at least 4 years, every single player at Alabama who was there for at least 4 years under Nick Saban won a championship. That's completely bonkers. I mean, how crazy is that idea? It's just wild. I don't know what you say about Nick Saban. Like, I don't know what else can be said about Nick Saban. He's absolutely the best college football coach in the history of the sport. I think that's completely irrefutable. It's undeniable. I don't think there's any doubt. You could argue perhaps he's the best football coach of all time. And I think one of the few guys that you could put up in that conversation is the other guy that retired or that left anyway, that's out of a job in Bill Belichick. So just crazy. Let's go back to the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. Hey, Patrick, I drove a truck for 27 years. Can't remember what year it was LSU played Notre Dame in the Independence Bowl. I heard it. I was in Laramie, Wyoming. LSU Notre Dame Indy Bowl was, what, 95? 7? 97. And that would have been DiNardo, right? Yes. Because 95 was Michigan State, and I believe that was Saban, wasn't it? Yeah. So if you ever want to know, Nick Saban did coach in the Independence Bowl. Yeah, the 95 Independence Bowl was LSU and Michigan State. Nick Saban versus Jerry DiNardo. So, as we all know, everything points back to Shreveport. Ed in San Marcos said you should have Dan Hawkins on your show to discuss college football openings. Ask Auburn if bringing in a hot West Coast coach with no SEC experience was a good idea. Who was the hot West Coast coach with no SEC experience that Auburn brought in? I'm trying to remember. Well, now I can't remember. I feel like it was... Dang. Let's see. Chiswick, Malzahn, Freeze, Cadillac Williams, Brian Harsin, that's who it was, Brian Harsin, who had been at, was it Boise? Yeah, okay. I was like, I knew there was somebody in there. I can't remember who it was. Yes, Brian Harsin. Gus Malzahn, Gene Chiswick, Tommy Tuberville, Terry Bowden, who, of course, went undefeated his first season. Pat Dye, and so on and so forth. I believe Ralph Jordan, wasn't that Shug Jordan? Or am I thinking of, I believe that was Shug Jordan. Yeah, Ralph Shug Jordan. There you go. All right. So there you go. Knew we'd get there at some point. Yeah, we're going to get Dan Hawkins on. I think it might be a next week thing. I've also got to get in touch with Lance Leipold and see when he wants to come on. So we've got a few folks that we're going to have it. Hyrail said he was there 2 times, Bama versus Colorado, his first year. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right. Saban was playing the Independence Bowl a couple of times. One could argue that Nick Saban is only as good as he is because he spent time in Shreveport. I mean, there are some that would argue that. What was the Bama Colorado Independence Bowl? I feel like that was like late 90s, early 2000s. 07? Time flies, Rogers. Holy hell. 07? Oh, that makes me feel old. Oh, Rogers, do you know who the coaches were in the 07 Independence Bowl between Alabama and Colorado? Well, you know who the Alabama coach is. You want to take a stab who the Colorado coach was? Hey, this ain't intramurals, brother. This is the Big 12. Dan Hawkins. Wow. It was the first bowl game for for both respective coaches at their current program. How did I not know that Dan Hawkins coached in the Independence Bowl? It was the Petro Sun Independence Bowl, 2007. Played December 30th, 2007. Alabama won 30-24 after getting out to a 20-0 lead. Colorado made a game out of it. 27-14 at halftime, 27-17 going into the fourth quarter, and then ultimately 30-24. Man, they got it. Colorado got it to 30-24 with 4 minutes left. Just couldn't quite go after that. So, and by the way, the quarterback for Colorado, Rogers, Cody Hawkins. Crazy. And we'll probably have Hawk on sometime next week. And we might chat about the 2007 Independence Bowl. Hey, what was it like coaching against Nick Saban? Yeah, Nick Saban, been to the Independence Bowl more than once. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. All right, let's take a break. It's Patrick Netherton's show. 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Hey, don't forget, we need you to subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Make it happen, folks. youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Take a break. Come back. 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, and the YouTube channel.
In the hunting and fishing world, Steve Graff, Mike Eccles, and Gary McCoy, the host of the Hooking Up and Tracking Down Show. Tune in Wednesday at 11 and Saturday mornings at 6 on FM 103.3 or on the home of LSU Sports, AM 1130, The Tiger.
A lot of Kanoi's energy started to bounce back.
She has a lot of puppy moments, and she'll be 14 this summer.
What did these dog parents do for their dogs? They switched to Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food made by Dr. Marty Goldstein, a veterinarian Forbes magazine called the Miracle Worker. It's the easiest way to support your dog's easy digestion, nourished skin, playful energy, and most importantly, their healthy, full life.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free full-size bag of Tilly's Treasures dog treats. They're best-selling beef liver dog treats while supplies last. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or shop in over 2,000 stores nationwide. Use the store locator to find the store closest to you. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Medicaid members, keep your coverage. Update your address, email address, and cell phone number to receive information regarding your benefits. Act now. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, read it and respond as soon as possible. For more information or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember to update all required information before Medicaid deadlines so you don't lose your coverage.
This is Congresswoman Julia Letlow here to ask you a few important questions. Do you need help with a federal agency? Are you having trouble getting a passport or receiving your full federal tax refund? Are you a veteran who is not receiving full benefits? Is there a policy area you're passionate about and you want to make sure your voice is heard? If you relate to any of these issues, our office is here to help, so don't hesitate to ask for assistance. Contact our office at letlow.house.gov. Let us assist you today. Paid for with official funds for the Office of Julia Letlow.
Don't miss out on limited-time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We are told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code SUPPORT or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're designed to help protect against recent variants. Learn more about a COVID-19 vaccine option at schedulecovidvax.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents advice on new teen drivers.
You know, the hardest part about teaching your teen to drive is the chafing from the seatbelt. But the best part is the grip strength you build in your knuckles. Okay, now let's pull out of the driveway.
Here's another tip. Offset a chunk of the cost of adding a teen to your insurance with Progressive's Teen Driver Discount and get a break from the brake. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Nice little midweek break here across the Gulf Coast. We've had such active weather this week. We've got more thunderstorms in the forecast tomorrow night into Friday morning, and then the bottom falls out. Temperatures down in the teens here. Sunday night, Monday night, early next week. 42 our low tonight. Partly cloudy Thursday afternoon, evening thunderstorms, high 69. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher, LLC. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke. Patrick Netherton.
You don't have a clue, Rogers. By the way, did you see T-Pain doing Ozzy? T-Pain is a rapper, and he's notorious. T-Pain is the one that basically invented, or didn't invent, but he's the one that popularized auto-tuning. He was the guy that you may have heard "On a Boat" by the Lonely Island guys. T-Pain was the guy that was on a boat. He was that guy. Very, very auto-tune heavy hip hop guy. Well, T-Pain apparently has just a beautiful singing voice, like unbeknownst to everyone. He went on. I think he finished second or first on the Masked Singer, maybe something like that. But yeah, so T-Pain did a cover of War Pigs, and Ozzy Osbourne tweeted it and said, "This is the best cover of War Pigs ever. Why didn't you guys call me?" And it's just T-Pain, like really like satin shirt going on, and he's just in a little club and he's just getting after it, man. You want to hear a little snippet of it, Rogers? You want to hear it? I mean, we're not doing anything today. You know, we got a bunch of retirement. We're waiting on guys to get hired at new positions. But yeah, T-Pain got the love from Ozzy Osbourne. Basically said, "This is the best cover of War Pigs ever. Why didn't you guys call me?" Here you go, Rogers.
That plot destruction, sorcerer of death construction. In the field of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning.
So yeah, there's a little snippet of T-Pain, who again is a rapper. He was the guy that was notorious for auto-tuning. So he even had a whole app that was just an auto-tune app, and you could just auto-tune yourself with his app. But yeah, he getting it done. T-Pain, great singing voice. Who knew? Just one of those fun things that you never see happening so often. Nick Saban to Reese Davis: in hiring coaches and recruiting players, my age started to become an issue. People wanted assurances I'd be here 3 years, 5 years, and it became harder to be honest about it. And to be honest, this last season was grueling. It was a real grind for us to come from where we started to where we got to. It took a little more out of me than usual. When people mentioned the health issue, it was really just the grind. Said there's no illness, just can you sustain the season from a mental grind standpoint. Saban said he had to be more involved with the defense this year, put a little more stress on me, made me feel like maybe I wasn't doing as good a job as I needed to on other parts of the team. I just have a high standard for how I do things. If I don't feel like I'm living up to that standard, I'm really disappointed. I wasn't disappointed in the season. This team was fun to coach, and I was very proud, but I felt like I could have done a better job if I was younger. Chuckle. So, yeah, Saban, apparently the thing. New updated odds on the next Alabama head coach. Marcus Freeman, 40-1. Deion Sanders, 33-1. Dabo Sweeney, 25-1. Then you get to the actual favorites. Lane Kiffin, 5-1. Dan Lanning, 7-2, although he said he's not coming. Steve Sarkisian, 2-1. Mike Norvell, 3-2. Kalen DeBoer, 10-11, which means he is he's on the other side of the odds. He is the heavy favorite. So there you go. Two of the best to do it. I would say arguably the best to do it at the college level and the best to do it at the pro level, both leaving their respective teams, one resigning, Nick Saban, and one that is leaving the team and potentially going to a new team. Who knows? Also crazy, Rogers, that that Belichick and Saban coached together. I think they were both at the Jets and the Browns, I believe. I think that's true. So, yeah, I mean, Saban's got the big lake house. So he and Miss Terry can go and live out their days. I can't argue with him. That's a hell of a retirement plan. I did like someone who said that, why doesn't Jimbo Fisher just do the job for free? Right? He's already got his $70 million or whatever. I think that would be pretty hilarious. It's a it's a crazy 2-day period when you lose Saban and Belichick. Basically, I wonder if they talked at all. You know, because they're friends. I do wonder if there was any communication between them. You know, Saban telling Belichick, "Hey, I think I'm going to move on. You're going to go ahead and retire," and Belichick going, "Well, it's probably a good time as any to go ahead and leave as well." So I don't know that actually happened. I don't know that that's the case, but I think it would be pretty interesting, to say the least, if they actually talk. I don't know that anybody's going to ask him that, but I would. Hey, did you and Saban, you and Belichick talk at all before all this went down? I don't know. Double J said the 2007 Indy Bowl was when ULM put up billboards along I-20 reminding Saban they beat Bama. Yeah. Yep. They did show the list of all of the coaches who have beaten Nick Saban, and it was pretty hilarious that Charlie Weatherby was on that list, because it's not a long list of coaches who have beaten Saban. The guy who beat him most, I believe, was Gus Malzahn. Or Hugh Freeze. It was one of those two. But the guy who beat Saban the most had only beaten him 3 times. And there was a whole laundry list. And well, again, it wasn't a massive list of folks who beat him once, but on the list, Ed Ogeron had beaten him once. But on that list, hilariously enough, was Sylvester Croom and Charlie Weatherby. Just hilarity. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow is Friday, which means it is lunch at Two John's. Go check it out. Matter of fact, I need to see if they've posted what lunch at Two John's is tomorrow. Always a great lunch special, or if you just want to get one of the best burgers you'll ever eat, that's where you go, is Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive, just north of the railroad tracks. Go check them out. Only time they do lunch is on Fridays. So get there and enjoy the lunch. They have not posted what the lunch special will be for tomorrow. But they have the ribeye burger, which is, we tell you, just the tastiest one in town. Also, the Leon's barbecue sauce will be there. That is fantastic. You can get yourself a pulled pork sandwich and throw on a little of that Leon's barbecue sauce. Just delicious. So absolutely feel free to go out there tomorrow. Just go up Airline Drive. They're in the same complex with Monjuni's and a few other things. Go in there for lunch. Get yourself a ribeye burger. Get yourself a pulled pork sandwich. Or if you're like Rogers, get the ribeye burger and just get the Leon's barbecue sauce to dip it in. Also, it's the only time they do their key lime pie, which is spectacular. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive, just north of railroad tracks. Go see him. And when Big John comes by to say hi, please tell him you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. Let him know his advertising dollars are being spent well here on the old Netherton Show. All right, what do we got? Tomorrow, hopefully we'll have Kat Terrell tomorrow. She will join us. We'll discuss put the end of the season ribbon bow on the New Orleans Saints and kind of figure out what the team's going to look like going into next season with, as of yet, who knows who the Atlanta Falcons coach is going to be. Will we see any what kind of roster shakeup might we see, and what kind of coaching shakeup might we see? Or is everything set and everyone's going to be back after the way they closed the end of the season? Who's to say? All right, that's it for us. One more show, and then Monday obviously is going to be a little iffy because of weather. We'll hopefully have a decision made sometime, if not tomorrow, then over the weekend. But stay tuned to all our social medias. We'll keep you up to date on what's going down with the weather and what we might be doing on Monday. For Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Be safe and careful out there, everyone. Want to see you back here from 1 to 3 on the Patrick Netherton Show.